Hello. Yes, it's another Bobby podcast again. This next one's going to be the interview we had at Endeavour Radio with Kevin and Johnny. So, over to Endeavour.
Look, our guests have arrived. They're here. They're settled in, and it's really disconcerting sat here having three pairs of eyes boring into me. But let's let them introduce themselves.
So I'm Simon, one of the Bobby people, and I sing in Tiny Forehead.
And you've been here before.
We have
in the studio.
Yeah.
So next time you'll have your own seat with your name on it and everything.
I'm surprised I've not arrived at that place already.
Yeah,
Kevin.
well,
right, come on.
There'll be something waiting for you in the green room afterwards.
Okay, fair enough.
But nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Hiya. I'm Liz. I'm Liz, half of Hedgehog Reality, but also part of Bobby's team.
Nice to have you here, Liz.
Nice to have you. Nice to be here. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
I'm the other half of Hedgehog Reality, Terry, and both of us write songs for Hedgehog Reality, so I thought I'd make that clear. And I am also a part of the Bobby team.
Yeah.
So you are all 33 and a third percent of the Bobby team. Well, great to have you here. So tell us a little bit before we plunge back into some music. So you're kind enough to hang around for the whole show, which is great. So we'll touch on things Bobby as we go along. But tell us a bit about the genesis of Bobby and why you started it.
Well, I think that's over to you, Simon, because you were first.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think me and Terry had a few beers looking at how we could put on local bands, and I think initially all our ideas were falling flat. And anyway, long story short, you'd had some success with Uncovered, hadn't you?
Yeah.
You and a person called Hayley had set that up, and that took off a bit. But we thought, how could we get something going back in Boston specifically after the loss of the Indian Queen and the Axe and Cleaver many moons ago? And we found a willing landlord, didn't we? And a really good pub. There aren't many pubs in Boston with a function room separate to the main bar, and that's the key to, I think, having a good music scene, because you can pay on the door. You're not going to get your regular at the Dog and Dock or whatever to play and listen, to listen to some hardcore band, but you might if you lock one of the rooms of the table and ask for money.
And not let anyone out.
Yeah, no one gets out till at least the third set of Pothole. Yeah,
I had to take 2 weeks off holiday when we DJ'd up there because I could.
Sorry. Did I didn't I?
No. Well, sorry, Johnny. What were you going to say?
I said I'd take 2 weeks holiday because they locked me in the venue when we played up there. Do you remember?
Yeah, I do. It was a life affirming experience.
You had to be corrected, Johnny.
But look, so far it's been. So I've been to 3. Johnny and I have DJ'd at 2,
Yes,
and they've been a huge success, really, haven't they?
Yeah, I would say on the whole they've been a success. I would say every one was a success because we've always had some great bands, and there's always been more than a few people who've really enjoyed it. And sometimes we've had big numbers, sometimes less. But I think, given that we're both in bands that do sort of tour around a bit, what we've achieved at Bobby's no less than what most sort of low, humble promoters are getting together. So that's encouraging because none of us have really done it in that sense before, have we? And we had a really good venue to start with. We've now moved on to pastures new, haven't we?
We have.
We'll come on to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Your promotion to the Premier League.
Yeah, quite literally in one case.
Yeah, almost.
Almost. Yeah.
But the important thing is you're providing a platform for local original music, and that's the key. That's what Johnny, you and I talk about every week, isn't it? Pretty much, which is patronise your local music scene, or you won't have one.
Exactly. Unless you want to just listen to, Ed Sheeran for the rest of your life, you need to support grassroots music. Simple as that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we need to stop Ed Sheeran, really, don't we?
No.
Simon.
I don't think you can.
No need. No,
that's insurrectionist talk, Simon.
Yeah. Far be it from me.
But we'll come back in a bit to your new venue. You can talk a bit about the bands that you've had on and who you've got planned. Because we almost exist in the 21st century, we've got WhatsApp in the studio. So if people have got questions about the Boston Original Bands Initiative, or if you're a band and you're listening and you're keen to get the opportunity to play live with your own material, then drop us a message on WhatsApp. It's 07 457 402 807. 07 457 402 807, and if I can work out how to make it work, we might even answer you. Right, still got our guest here from the Boston Original Bands Initiative. Let's talk then about your promotion to the Premier League of Boston live music performance. So you've moved on from the Queen of Spades.
Yeah, the landlord has moved on, and we just want to give a big shout out to Andrew Dodd. He was a guy who took a massive risk, and bless him, he opened his pub, and he sold lots of beer, and he put on some great bands, and we wish him the very best for the future. Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah, well, thank you too from the Offbeat Hour, because the role of landlords and others with venues in building that live music scene is really, really important. So thank you from all of us.
Yeah, he took a real risk. He's a ledge. So he moved on, and we felt, long story short, that it was maybe a good time to look for another venue, perhaps a bit more central to Boston. Because it was slightly on the outskirts.
We had already started looking, hadn't we?
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah. Well, we sort of knew his tenure was coming to an end. So where did we find Terry?
We found. What did we find?
What did we find?
Do you actually know?
No, we do. We know full well. No, we basically.
Would you like a drum roll? I could do a drum roll.
Yeah, go on.
Hang on. No, I can do it. Look, I can do a real one.
Go on, do a real one then.
Ah, yes, I heard that. Yeah, so basically we networked with the amazing Blackfriars Theatre, who've got some new people in post who are trying to sort of revitalise the audience in all types of audiences, and have basically live music, sort of champion local live music. So it seemed like a good marriage, and want to thank James from the Sam Newsom Centre for the heads up on that. And we went along, and long story short, we managed to persuade him to take on Bobby at the Blackfriars in the Review Bar, which is like this really cool little, but big enough, nice little room for putting on live bands. Got a stage.
It's perfect.
Yeah, stage, proper lights.
Stage?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I mean, that's the Gideon levels we've got to now, Kevin. It's got a stage. And probably not big.
We had to put together.
Yeah, you have to build it. It's like an Airfix model.
Excellent.
Build your own stage.
And its own lighting engineer, Ian. And
It's great, yeah.
Yeah, and it's got like this amazing bar hatch at the back, sort of thing. Yeah, it's really good. So we put on our first sort of prototype. We put on a metal special actually, because that was one of the best-selling Bobbies ever. Was the actual metal night we did, and we had some blinding bands, didn't we?
We did.
It went so well. And seeing, like proper industrial show lights, I mean, that changes everything.
It does.
I mean, before we were using like your sort of range £10.99 specials, but this was like
other stores are available.
Yeah, of course. And then these are like ones that are so heavy that if they fell off, they'd turn you to pate. That sort of professional level. Yeah. So that went really well, and we're only really a week, it was 10 days away from the next Bobby, that's sort of like a regular Bobby, not a special, and that's the one on
26th of July.
26th of July.
So we'll come on and talk about that in a bit.
Yeah, cool.
About who, about where you can get tickets, who's going to be on the bill, and we'll cover other things like, if you're in a band and you want a bit of the action, then how you go about doing that and so on.
Cool.
We'll play a bit more music, then come back, chat a bit more, if that's all right with you guys.
Cool.
Okay. Anyway, look, back to things, Bobby. So next show's a week on Saturday.
Yes.
And who's on the bill? What delights have you got in store?
Well, it's a right old punk rumbustification,
Lovely.
And we've got like literally every sort of sliding scale of punk, really. So we've got Postmortem playing. They're a bit of a legacy band from the local area. Lorraine still heading it up, and it's got a new lineup, and they're just getting rebooted now and already booking loads of gigs, and they're bringing a real energy. We've got the Stalwart Suburban Toys.
That's their second, third, yeah.
Third time. Yeah. First time they actually gave us a mixer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Basically, any band that gives us equipment plays 3 times a year. No, I'm sorry. But, no, they gave us a mixer. They were very kind, and we've never forgotten that. They've got a new singer as well, actually, and again putting out some fresh new tunes, and they're just going to be great to dance to, ska punk. Then we've got the amazing Gristle, who are they're sort of like a newish band in Boston, but they're formed of all the sort of people who've been around in lots of other noisy bands. And Tiny Forehead were lucky enough to share Shug Studios rehearsal rooms, and we could barely hear ourselves play over that racket.
Excellent. Sounds right up my alley.
Anyone that can deafen Tiny Forehead must be loud. So they were really good to listen to, and they're playing, and really excited about that. And then we've got Balaclava, in zany 2-piece punk outfit who wear balaclavas, funnily enough.
Yep.
And have a lot to say about lots of things, and they're like tearing up the sort of northeast, sort of northeast sort of Lincolnshire side of things.
And it's worth. You've got shows lined up through till April next year, have you?
Well, probably beyond. But funding runs out somewhere around there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's worth saying on the funding thing, not only props to the former landlord, but you're also got some Arts Council funding and some Boston Town funding, haven't you?
Yeah. Again, Boston Town Council have really played a brilliant one and given us some more money. And I think I've always really been impressed with that, because they're not just chucking it at business as much as businesses need it, but they realise the art scene's important too. And it's been so amazing to get money from them, and that's really helped, no end. And we got some money as well from the Arts Council, didn't we?
Which was amazing.
Yeah.
No, good. Well done for that. Yeah. And big respect to the council for funding culture.
It makes a nice change, doesn't it?
Well, not only that, but economics is important, but so's joy and
absolutely.
all that sort of stuff. So good stuff there.
Yeah, brave choice in this current climate as well.
And a welcome one. So big thanks to the Borough Council from the Offbeat Hour too.
Amazing.
So I've got a question for our guests from a listener.
Oh, cool.
If you were a hypothetical listener in Long Beach, because this one is a real listener in Long Beach, and they wanted to donate to actual real cash money to Bobby, how would they go about doing it?
So there is actually a QR code on our website.
Okay.
They could use.
Where you can go there and donate money to help.
Okay. And your website, what's the address of your website?
It's Bobi, B-O-B-I, Boston.
Okay, that's easy.
Yeah,
it's easy as that. So there you go.
Even I can remember that.
Yeah, well, quite. Even I could manage that one. So if you want to chuck them a couple of bob to make sure it keeps going, then that's the way you do it. A QR code on the website, bobi.boston.
Yeah.
Actually, I've said that, and now I'm thinking, have I actually put it on the website? But if you go to our sum up page, then you can find it there.
Or any of the posters on our social media has the QR.
There is a QR code. I've got the website in front of me as we speak, because technology is no object on the Offbeat Hour. And there's a poster that's got a QR code on it. Is that what I should be looking for?
That will take you to a ticket for that particular event.
Right.
But there is a QR code on. So if you can.
Or you could buy 16 million tickets for that event, and then that's much the same effect.
If you are this listener in Long Beach, you could just go on there and buy a ticket.
It's very kind of them to ask.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
But if you go to that ticket, you can probably find where you can actually donate.
Okay.
More.
Excellent.
More.
Good. So there's your answer.
Thank you, guys.
So tell us about upcoming shows after a week on Saturday. Who else have you got in your pipeline?
Well, we've got loads of bands, and the ethos of Bobby is that it's for any genre. So we've all got a personal favourite kind of stuff, haven't we? But we're just anybody who writes original songs. So it could be Japanese K-pop through to Peruvian nose flute. Experimental.
You've been listening to some of Rory B. Jam Pickle stuff, haven't you?
I'll do anything to ingratiate that man. Yeah, but no, seriously, anybody who writes original stuff and got the courage to put it on the stage has our respect. And it's for everybody, because otherwise you just end up building like a sort of members club, don't you? So anybody's welcome, and just send in a demo or give us a shout on the socials, and we're pretty welcoming.
I can confirm that is indeed true.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you. Yeah, well, that's the idea. And, like the people who come to Bobby, you've literally got mixtures of goths, skinheads, punks, people of all shades and shapes.
All ages as well.
All ages as well. Yeah, that's the other thing. We had a dude mid-80s once.
Yeah.
He actually reserved a table, didn't he? Literally.
Yeah, he did for him and his
It was
wife.
that was
lovely.
Slightly surreal. And then we had the youngest punter was a newborn-ish baby with headphones. That true story.
Yeah, no, I think I was there.
Yes.
Probably were.
yeah.
Early days.
It was one of the early ones,
Yeah,
and and that's one of the other thing about Bobby I want to say is that children, literally from babies, are welcome as long as there's a guardian
Yes.
with them. But that makes it fairly unique amongst gigs, doesn't it? Because everything seems to be 18 plus, which always mystifies me. If there's a good bar policy, why do you have to be 18 plus to come to a gig?
So if I was an aspiring Boston-based band, or and it's not just Boston bands.
No,
is it?
it's for anyone, literally.
What should I do? Again, go to the website, maybe.
Well, the website's a good one, isn't it? And
or email contact@bobby.boston.
Okay.
And we're also on Facebook. We've got a Facebook page, and we've got Instagram, DM. Whatever you want to do, whatever platform suits best. And we always get back to you very quickly, usually. And we certainly, we more or less give you a gig. We just want to make sure we've got to keep it eclectic, but we've fallen foul. I think before we've put gentle folk on with death metal in it. There's a bit of a separation in the space-time
the last
continuum.
one was very eclectic.
It was, yeah. But having said that, why not a bit?
I'm all for it. I like the variety, and people are coming because they want to see something different. So.
Well, not surprisingly, we're big advocates of eclecticism and variety.
Yeah.
Variety being the spice of life,
Indeed,
as it is. Yeah.
Indeed. Okay. We still have the brains behind the Boston Original Bands initiative in the studio. So tell us a bit about, you've got a winter home, you tell me.
Yes.
Yeah, we have.
Even more excitement.
Yeah, Blackfriars couldn't do a couple of dates.
In the winter,
which was the 25th of October and the 29th
of November.
Mm-hmm. So we went to Ellender's, home of Boston United, and they happily come back to us and said, yes, you can.
So the Ellender's bar is where the winter shenanigans will take place. And just to hasten to add, the Blackfriars couldn't do it because they're deep in panto season.
Yeah, it's panto season.
Mother Goose may be improved by the sound of pothole downstairs, but
I think Mother Goose starring Slava B would be fantastic. That would be
and Dog Explosion.
I know I'd pay for that.
But I have to account for lots of little kids and grandmothers and stuff. So so fair play. And Ellender's, he just fitted the bill, didn't it? Totally.
Yeah.
And it's a very different kind of place, that.
And it is. No disrespect to the Queen of Spades, which was a fantastic venue and absolutely great.
Yeah.
But it feels a bit like a step up.
It kind of does, and we don't know quite. Well, Terry pulled Ellender's off.
Well done, Terry.
Yeah.
I think it was Liz actually.
Well,
it was me initially, and then Liz at the meeting.
They don't.
You're all far too modest.
Because he wants to wear that mask.
I want to wear my mask, so it doesn't always. First impressions don't go down so well. No. Okay. So what's coming up after a week on Saturday? Who else can we look forward to over the summer and into the autumn? Then who else? What are the highlights of the rest of the programme?
Right. So
there are many.
Yeah, we've had to move some of our dates around as well because they were always on the last Saturday of the month, but because Blackfriars can't cater for all
busy
all
people,
yes,
they've got touring theatres.
The August date is actually the 9th of August.
The August date is in October.
Yeah, so we got Matthew Aylett last July, Modern Haze and Austin T.
Yeah,
and then on the 19th of September, which is a Friday.
Yeah, it's an unusual Friday, Bobby. How about that?
Friday.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
We've got Electric Vendetta, LA 85, Shattered Cogs, and of course Hedgehog Reality.
So good.
This shows you the eclectic stuff going on.
Yeah.
So we're getting around the country a bit. So if you want to see us locally, then that's the chance, really.
Excellent. Yeah. Get your tickets for that early.
Because our next gig's actually in Bristol. So I thought I'd get that one in. And then, and the two winter dates, we've got, funnily enough, we've got Pothole
Hey.
Islanders.
They're one of my favourites.
Everybody's favourite, Paul.
Just Became, Free to Decide, which is Hayley Chapman's band, which is the other half of the Uncovered network.
So Hayley's part of the genesis of Bobby.
Okay.
Fair play to Hayley. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Hayley.
Kayfabe and Grail Guard.
Grail Guard.
Is that a punk band?
It's a very noisy band. It's sort of like one foot in metal, one foot in hardcore, really, I think, to be fair to say, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And on the 29th of November, we've got Type 40, one of my favourites. They're like a synth guitar band.
Okay.
Just two of them, but they do good stuff.
Yeah.
The Taskers, which is Eddie's band.
Edward Tasker. Yeah.
Young lad.
Yeah.
The Dust Bunnies and Jack Stevenson and the band who I haven't heard.
There's a few. There may be a few alterations, but that's pretty much the plan. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we're still.
And it's nice and eclectic, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, there's everything from synth pop to pothole.
It's going to be a noisy one, that one.
Yeah.
But I think that's what makes the world go round, isn't it? And
absolutely,
it's got to be inclusive to all, and we do urge people from all genres to get in touch. Totally.
And the prices are the same, despite the venue move. Yeah, still £6 in advance.
£6 in advance, £7 on the door.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Which, I mean, you can't get better value for that, can you? Really?
Not all 4 bands. No, absolutely not. No, absolutely. And the other thing about the kind of philosophy underlying Bobby is that you guarantee the bands that play some money.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, as modest as it is, because obviously, just to point out, none of the Bobby, we don't make any money at all. Not that there's anything wrong with making money as promoters, but we just, it all goes to the bands, really. And so they get 25 quid just for rocking up each band, which covers, if you're like Lincolnshire, it pretty much covers your petrol if you haven't got like a 9,000 litre ex-Humvee or something. And then the bands get 10% of the door each. Yeah. So, I mean, really, the sky's the limit, especially when you're looking at things like Islanders. I mean, that you could, if you fill the stadium, you could come out a millionaire, couldn't you? Really?
Well, that's saying.
Yeah, but like, you know, there's no sort of roof on potentially what you could get, you know. But yeah, that's given the sort of keeping the door price down. It's all difficult economics.
Yeah.
I think some of the venues around are kind of realising that they need to diversify a bit and try and bring in different audiences.
Yeah. And you know, you're right, it is modest, but given how difficult it is to subsist as a grassroots band, you know, 25 quid to cover your petrol money can be the difference between playing and not being able to play.
Well, it is, and especially when you start, you just can't be cocky, and it's very hard if you're an original band that does alternative in whatever form music as well. You know, and you know, joking aside about the thing about Ed Sheeran, I mean, that's very commercial, isn't it? So, you know, you would imagine in his early days he might have done quite well quite quickly, but when you're, you know, singing like that band we just had from Valhalla, you know, that's a niche, isn't it? And, and yet they've got a place, haven't they? So yeah, I think it's a good place to start. And the other thing we're really keen on doing, we're going to be doing, is sort of approaching schools and colleges to see if they've got like sixth form, any teenage type band who are wanting to tread the boards for the first time, and we've had kind of almost like a few of them, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, early on we did.
And we're all for that too. To be honest, I just need to get my head around next term. I think it's a bit late now, but I've been writing the letter and thinking, how do I send the letter, or do I go in? Not in my mask, obviously.
Probably best not to wander around schools with that mask on.
Best to go into a secondary school in the mask. Come to think of it, but we're going to try and get the younger crowd in, and
it's an opportunity now. Actually.
No, that's admirable, and we've said it before. We said it, when you've not been on the show, and we'll say it now. We said it earlier in the show, but it bears repeating. If you want a music scene in Boston and around that isn't just cover bands, not that there's anything wrong with cover bands. I know it's a respectable way to make a living, but if you want original music, then you need to support the local grassroots scene, or there will be no future Ed Sheeran or anyone like that, because they all started probably playing the back room of a pub somewhere.
Well, as regular listener Stu pointed out, Ed Sheeran started off as a busker.
There you go.
So there you go. And all the, like Oasis, they started off and there would have been gigs they did with like they're playing to the landlady and a cat probably,
Yeah.
you know, and everybody does
exactly.
it. Everyone's a liar if they say they don't do that. But things are grim in the music industry. I think the tide is turning positively. I can smell it, you know, but I think it's still a long way till we feel it. And people must come. They've got to come.
Well, and the other thing is that, yes, you need that vibrant grassroots scene for that change to come, but you also need venues to play in.
Yeah.
And it seems to me that what you're doing is two things. You're giving a platform to those grassroots bands playing original music, and you're creating venues.
Exactly.
It might not feel like you're creating them because you're using other venues, but you're creating a market for live music in those places.
Well,
Exactly.
And I
It's
think
like-
that's just important.
Yeah, it's like starting up a club night somewhere.
Yeah.
You might only be there once a month, but
Yeah.
it becomes your venue on those nights, doesn't it? So.
Yeah.
It does, and they're unusual venues, aren't they? A theatre. I mean, the guy who's heading that up, he's always tried to bring in local bands into theatre, try and get a diversified audience of people going. And then obviously Ellender's is technically not quite a swanky sort of modern-looking bar attached to an up-and-coming football team, but it, you know, that's going to be different as well. But vive la différence.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, your message to the listening public: come to Bobby gigs at the Blackfriars.
Come to Bobby gigs, and we want to just mention we got an in-house zine writer, Marv, who is also our punk liaison, and he's really the face, the face of Bobby. And we've got obviously Ian, the lighting engineer, is going to get very involved from Blackfriars. We have Emma, who does loads of our posters type, sort of like the secondary run of posters and like the social media side of things. And we've got the awesome Graham Camplin is our in-house photographer now officially.
Fabulous.
So yeah, if you want to sort of come to a good show with good lighting and good bands and pay your pittance,
And lovely, friendly people.
and lovely friendly people, and you feel comfortable, no matter what creed, colour or sexuality you are, then come down to Bobby, because it's absolutely ace, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it's a great night.
I agree with that completely. And Marv is a Boston punk institution,
He is
definitely.
as well as being a prodigious writer of fanzine-related
Fanzines,
stuff.
the Marv.
Yes. Well, we ought to get the Marv on the show at some
Well,
point.
best of luck with that, Kevin.
Because he's offered in the past when I've threatened him.
He was just toying with you.
But if I do, he'll just want me to play Blondie all night.
Well, or something much more heavy, no doubt. No.
Yes.
He likes Blondie, don't he?
He is
does.
quite keen on
Blondie
Blondie,
man.
but you know he has been a. I don't want to make him blush if he's listening, but he has been a stalwart of the Boston music scene
Well,
for
he
a
has.
long time now.
He ran the IQ in the later.
He
period,
did.
didn't he? Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
And you know, and all of that's important, as we keep saying. You know, if you want exciting, interesting, diverse music, it's original, then you need a local music scene. You need venues. You need places for bands to practice their trade and learn their trade and all of that.
And have a laugh.
And have a laugh, drink some beer, have a laugh, in a safe space amongst friends. What more could you want, eh?